Welcome you absolute legends. I am Armani Fragrances, I am Pete, I am back, and today I'm going over my top 10 favourite Armani fragrances in my collection. A couple of these have been discontinued, but they're still worth trying to find if you can get hold of them. But most of these are still available right now, which is good news. Some of them, not sure how much longer they're going to be around. Not so good news. So as always, and there's no honourable mentions for this one, I'm going to start out with number 10, and it's this one. It came out in 2011, and it's kind of the hidden gem of Armani. And no, really, I've never really seen anyone talk about this one, but it's a real cracker, especially for fall and winter. It's called Black Carrat, and it's kind of like a fresh but slightly dark, mysterious vibe to it. It's got the magic of Szechuan pepper, cacao, benzoin, Guyot wood, and some cedar. A little bit unusual. Still doesn't cost that much money, which is quite nice. Nice 50ml bottle, which costs you about £38, give or take. Maybe it's about 45. But again, quite a unique fragrance. Definitely you can wear it office friendly. It can go out with it. You can pretty much do anything like it. But I will say this: don't wear it in the summer. It's not worth it. But fall, winter, maybe part of spring, definitely. Well underrated. My number 10, Black Carrat. Alright, coming in at number 9, couldn't spell, that's usual. This one has been discontinued, however, you can still find these hidden around here and there. You won't probably find discounts, but if you look on something like eBay or something like that, and you don't break your bank account, I am serious when I say this, you don't need this if you don't want it. But for me, I love this one. It's a real bang from 2009. It's called Extreme. The bottle's cool. I've used about a third of the bottle, so that's fine. Won't use that much. But it's one of the best coffee fragrances I've ever smelled. Now, I don't drink coffee, but I can appreciate the smell of coffee. And this one, it's got coffee, it's got cardamom, it's got cedar, star anise, some amber, and this one is fan-freaking-tastic. It's so underrated. It was one of those fragrances that if you put it out now, it would sell like absolute wildfire, especially after seeing Halloween Man X and stuff like that. Coffee fragrances have gone really a bit more. This thing would be selling like mad, but unfortunately, Armani put it out in 2009 and everyone went, nah. There is there's an Attitude one and Extreme one. This is Armani Attitude. The Extreme one is even better, and I've got that one, but this one is the original one. So Armani Attitude, my number. Alright, coming in at number 8, and this one came out in 2020 from a very, very popular line, and kind of came, kind of went. It's still about, it's still available, but I don't know how much longer it's going to be around. Not sure about that one, but it's Armani Strong. I love this stuff. It's fantastic, and to me, it's the best way they've done like the fresh version of this. They've done obviously Only, which I've done a review of, but this just spanks it completely out of the park. Yeah, the new one's okay, but this one's so much better. So it's got ginger, lime, apple, which is a real hedonistic thing off the top, and it's really nice, breezy, fresh, and it's what you want. And then underneath that you get vanilla and the meringue glaze, which is kind of ties it in for the whole Hot Strong With You line. Fantastic. And a bit of sage for a nice little hint of greenness. It does turn halfway through, which can be off point, but to me, I just think it gives it more depth, it gives it more interest with it. Still can be found. Don't know if it's been discontinued yet. That's the only thing I will say. So it's a, I think you can get it, but just be careful. You might not be able to get it for much longer. I don't know. But number 8, Stronger With You, Freeze. Alright, coming in number 7, and this one I think is going to be pretty much going to get harder and harder to find over the next months and years. But if you can get hold of a bottle now, you're still not going to burn the bank account. So this one is definitely well worth finding. From 2016, from the Armani code line, it's Profumo. Oh, this stuff is just awesome. Oh, it's just everything you want in a really sexy, seductive fragrance. And I have no idea what Armani's doing, getting rid of some of these flankers, because they're fantastic, but they haven't kept it, so they're keeping with the new EDT, the new EDP, and the new Parfum. Now, I haven't got the new EDT and I haven't got the new Parfum. The other one I have got, but this one was a juggernaut, and I've got a 110ml bottle, 100ml bottle. This one is absolutely awesome, and this has got cardamom, apple, nutmeg, lavender, tonka, and a bit of amber. Sorry, I couldn't quite, my nose wasn't fully with it. So this one is again an absolute staple. It's been on many lists, and for good reason, and it's an absolute belter. Please, if you want it, now is the time to get it. Armani code Profumo number 7. Alright, coming in number 6, and number 6 is from probably the most underrated line I've ever known of any line in the history of mankind. It's a fantastic line, but no one knows about it, and for the life of me, I cannot wrap my brains around that one. Don't get it, never will get it, but this is from the Pour Homme line, and this is Eau de Cedre. This came out in 2015. This is quite a sexy, woody fragrance. It's not too much in your face, but it's just enough that you go, ooh, something there that I like about it. So it's got sage, it's got bergamot, violet, cardamom, cumin. It's got lots of different spice in it. It's not over the top spicy, but it's just enough that it'll just be there. I think spring and fall would be the best times where it's a neutral season, which is where I think it'll shine the best. But again, you could probably wear this all year round and you'd still be okay, but I don't think it was going to really take the heat, and I think if it's in the cold, I don't think it's going to be of enough projection off it that you go, oh, okay, what's that? So it's kind of like I say, the neutral seasons, which is where I think this will shine. But my number 6 is Eau de Cedre from the Pour Homme line. Alright, coming in at number 5, and this one came out in the same family of the last one, but this came out first. This came out in 2013, the other one came out in 2015, and I think it's the first flanker, I think it was. It's Eau de Nuit, and this one, wow. Oh, it is just one of the nicest smelling fragrances. It's a pink pepper, it's got nutmeg, it's got iris in this. Tonka, some cedar, again, it kind of ties it all in, but this is a really great evening scent. Kind of under the radar, most people don't even know it exists. So again, if you're wanting to wear it, you could probably pull this one off very easily, and people will go, what are you wearing? And you'll like go, you'll never know. Because it's one of those ones. You can still find these on discounters as well, both that one and the previous one, which is kind of good. Don't think because they're old, they're not good. These are really nice, under the radar fragrances from Armani, and they're definitely worth checking out. Try and at least sample it and see how you get on with it. So number 5 is Eau de Nuit. Alright, coming in at number 4, and I'm about to get a whole lot of hate, and I'm fine with this. It's a nice fragrance, it's not my favourite. This is from the Acqua line. It came out in 2021. It has been an absolute belter for them. They're selling bottles like no one's business. It is Profundo. Got a massive 125ml bottle of this. This is going to be one. It's definitely for the spring, summertime. It just works freaking well. Again, it's one of those ones where you go, you know what it is, it does its job well, and no one will ever complain about this one. So this one, it's got sea notes, green mandarin, rosemary, cypress, and amber, and it's just probably the best version of this since the original. The original one's good. This is like the updated modern version of it, and it does work fantastically well. However, I've got other ones that I like a bit more, but this one is still well worth finding, still well having in your arsenal. If you want a dumb rich fragrance, this one will do you proud, or a signature scent worthy fragrance. Can't go wrong with this one. Number 4, Acqua Profundo. Coming in at number 3, and this one came out in 2021, and from the Armani code line, and this is the new Eau de Parfum. Love this stuff. This is like the original that came out in 2004. Really rich, really thick, very hedonistic, very sexy as it goes. So lavender, lemon, tonka, which is definitely always in the code line. Suede and some cedar. It's freaking one of the best fragrances ever. I will tell you now, if you ever want to go out on a night out and you want to just do something that you'll guarantee compliments, this is the one. I haven't tried, like I say, the new EDT and a new Parfum. Definitely on my radar, but this one, well worth picking up. It is just that good. My number 3, Acqua, Armani Code. Alright, coming in at number 2, this one should be absolutely no surprise to anyone, but it's that damn good. Came out in 2020. Trying to think then, because I've forgotten the year. I thought it was 21, but it's not, it's 2020. This is from the Strong With You, it's the leather one, and this one is getting hard to find. It was, I think, a limited time release, but my god, this is so good. If you want a very sensual oud fragrance, this definitely hits the spot. So it's got chestnut, spices, sage, leather and oud. Freaking love this stuff. Again, full winter, when it's coldest, this thing shines the best. Quite honestly, I prefer this one over the oud one, just personal choice, but this is amazing. So my number 2 is Stronger With You, oud. Oh, Stronger With You, leather, sorry. Oh, bad mistake. Leads me to number 1, and number 1, well, quite frankly, it is my favourite Armani. I think it's getting discontinued, which is a pain in the bum, but I've got 2 bottles of this, so I'm not too upset about this. It's from the Acqua, it's Profumo. Oh yeah, this is the one. It's sexy, it's alluring, it's one of those compliment beasts that every time I wear it, I feel like the effing man. See notes, rosemary, sage, incense and patchouli in this. It just smells, works, does everything perfectly right. The only downside to this one is I couldn't probably wear it all seasons, whereas Profundo, you can wear it all seasons. This one's the only one that you couldn't wear it in this summer, but even if you had a cool summer night, you can wear this one. During the day, probably not. That's the only time I wouldn't wear it. It's an absolute stellar one. I'm happy to have 2 bottles of this. I don't think I'm ever going to run out of it, but you never know. I've got, what's this, 100ml bottle? 125ml bottle, and I've got over 100ml left, so I'm pretty good for the next while. So my number 1 is our Acqua Profumo. Right, so there are my top 10 favourite Armani fragrances in my collection. Obviously there's loads more, you know, there's lots from the code line, there's more Acqua, Stronger With Yous, but there's some absolute bangers here. So let me know in the comments what your favourite Armani fragrances are. And as always, my scent of the day is this one. It's Acqua di Parma Cologne Essenza. Freaking love this stuff, especially in the cool weather. Fantastic fragrance. I think Acqua di Parma is one of the easy houses to get into if you're starting to get into niche. Definitely worth looking for this one. As always, let me know what your scent of the day is, and if you want a top 10 list, a fragrance review or a question, please hit me up. You guys are amazing. Thank you so much for your support. As always, I'm on Instagram with Full Fragrances, and as always, you absolute legends smell amazing. Thank you so much for watching. Peace out.